Hey, welcome back to my channel. My name's Sophie, the Flying Fit Foodie. Today we're going to be looking at a VINYASA back bending sequence, working up towards wheel or Urdhva Dhanurasana. So when you're ready, we'll get started on our backs. Ideally, we're going to need a block with us today, or you can also use a pillow, maybe roll it over if it's not too thick. So we're going to start on our backs and placing the block or the pillow kind of in the lower mid region of your back. So ideally, we're going to lie down and have our chest and our rib cage facing up towards the sky. So see how my rib cage is kind of protruding? Really want that to be opening up the spine. So you can have the legs down towards the sides, knees flopping over, or you can extend them nice and long, wherever is more comfortable. I'm just going to be staying here for a few moments. So bring the palms down, either down to the side facing up or onto the belly is absolutely fine, wherever's more comfortable, or the shoulders away from the ears. Let yourself take up space on the floor. Close down the eyes. Start to draw your attention inward. Listening and feeling for any sensations in the body. Start to bring your awareness to your breath. As you inhale through the nose, feel the chest expand. And as you exhale, let it sink a little bit deeper towards the ground. Let the shoulders relax ever so more. Inhale deeply. Exhale completely. 2 more times, just like that. Last time, fully expanding the chest, taking as much air as you can. Exhale, let it out. And if your mind starts to wander throughout the class, don't worry about it, just bring it back into the space around you, using the breath. You don't need to worry about what happened earlier or what is to come. Just meet your body today with no expectations and no judgments. You've made it onto your mat, and that's the hardest part. Once you've set your intention for today's practice, you can slowly blink open the eyes. You can walk the feet in towards you and then come up into a bit of a bridge just to remove the block or the pillow and just place it over to one side, and then slowly release the hips back down to the floor. Keep the feet just about the right distance away, so you can just tickle your ankles with your toes, with your fingers. And we're going to lift our hips up towards the ceiling with our hands to come into a bridge with an overhead stretch too. So squeeze the glutes as you get there, and then slowly release yourself all the way back down, slowly moving one vertebrae at a time. Here we go again. Inhale, lifting up. Take the hands a little bit further away this time. Really squeeze and lift up through the glutes, open up through the chest as well. Exhale, release it down. Inhale up one more time. Take a moment here and then exhale, bring yourself all the way back down to the floor. Rolling over onto one side, you can stack the hips and the knees on top of one another. We're going to bring your arms into a nice T-shaped position. So from here, try to keep your knees and your ankles all in one alignment. So we want the hips to be stacked here. So from here, we're going to bring the top palm over and then draw open the body as you inhale, lifting through the chest, lift over to the back, and then take it all the way up over, drawing a nice big circle. Inhale, bring the hand across the body. Exhale, take it all the way up and over. And now's your time to tap into your Ujjayi breath if you like to practice that in your vinyasa. So You just think one breath with one movement, create a little bit of restriction at the back of the throat. Creates a nice oceanic sound. Releasing, and then we're going to swap sides again. So again, setting up so that your hips are nicely stacked and your knees and your ankles are stacked. Extend the bottom arm nice and long, come into a nice T shape first to begin with. Open up the stretch, move into the thoracic spine. Then bring the hands together, palms together. Inhale, bring the hand across the chest. Keep making sure those hips are nicely stacked and the knees are not coming apart. Inhale up. Oh, too many plants in the way. Just moving with the breath now. Maybe you're moving a little bit slower or a little bit faster. Just double checking that the knees are always stacked. So keeping a nice alignment throughout. When you're ready, come to some stillness, rolling back onto the back. And we're going to cross over the ankles and slowly make your way up into a standing position. So you're going to tuck your feet underneath your bum and then slowly come up into standing. So you're going to stand at the top of your mat. Inhale, bring the hands up towards the ceiling. Try to lengthen through the spine, so not moving into a back bend. Tuck the tailbone slightly in, just come into a neutral position. Draw the lower ribs in. Drishti can be between the thumbs or straight forward, wherever is more comfortable. From here, exhale, take the hands out nice and wide, come into the first forward fold. Take a nice deep bend in the legs as the belly draws down towards the thighs. Let the head hang nice and heavy. Grab opposite elbow, come into ragdoll pose. Really allow yourself to be passive in this stretch to begin with. Might be the first hamstring stretch or sun salutation you'll be doing today, so take it nice and easy. When you're ready, come into a halfway lift. You can either have the fingertips on the floor, the shins, or the thighs, or I like to extend them out nice and long behind me so I know that my spine is really as long as it can get. Draw the lower belly in. Exhale, bring the palms down towards the ground. Place them all the way down into the mat. Step the foot back, right foot back, followed by left foot. Drop down onto your knees. You can bring the hands just underneath the shoulders and the knees stacked below the hips. Moving through a few cat-cows just to warm up the spine. We're going to drop the belly down. Inhale, lifting up the chin. Exhale, roll it back. Really squeeze the spine up towards the ceiling. Squeeze the navel in towards the spine. Protract the shoulders. Keep pushing the ground away here. Stay active. Drop the belly down. Inhale, look up and lengthen. Push the chest forward slightly if you can. Eye of the elbow faces a little bit more forward. Exhale, roll it back. Moving through your own pace now, moving with the breath. And you can add in any organic movements that you like to here. So if you like to add in a bit of a barrel roll, taking the ribs from side to side, moving up through into each corner of the spine. Really enjoy stretching into wherever feels good. So take it in the opposite direction if you are doing circles, making sure you're keeping it nice and even, and don't be afraid to move into any areas of tightness that you might be feeling now. It's quite normal to have one side that feels a little bit tighter than the other, and just enjoy that sensation of working into it, exploring it, and seeing what eases it potentially. Good. From here, we're going to drop our forearms down towards the ground. Drop the belly down to setting up into our Sphinx pose. So from here, untucking the toes, really pulling the chest forward. So you almost want the fingertips to be pulling back towards you. So working our back muscles here. So you can be squeezing the glutes. If you feel you've got tension in your lower back, squeeze the glutes. Push the chest through. Holding it here. Staying connected to your breath. Again, you don't need to necessarily look up. You can just look straight forward, but your arms should be working to pull the chest forward. Imagine your shoulder blades are trying to meet behind. Activate them. Good. When you're ready, you can bring the forehead down, pressing up through the palms, lifting up onto the knees. From here, you can bring the left knee into the center of the mat. Extend the right leg nice and long. Point the toe, come into a nice bit of a straight spine, so we don't want to move into a back bend yet. Nice straight spine here. And then we're gonna come up onto the fingertips of our left hand and reach that left hand nice and forward. Stay active through the core to keep yourself balanced here. As you exhale, we're gonna bring the knee into the nose. Sorry, elbow to nose, squeeze, tiger curl it in, push the ground away. Inhale, lift and lengthen, straighten the spine again. Exhale, knee to opposite elbow, squeeze it in. One more time, inhale. Exhale, squeeze it in, working the core. And extend the arms nice and long again. Then we're gonna reach the hand up and kick our back foot in towards our hand, coming into a bit of a back bend. So we're gonna be lifting the chest through. Take a nice inhale here. See if you can kick with the back foot to find that balance of pushing and pulling. Hold it here for one more breath. Go a little bit deeper if you can. Exhale, slowly release yourself back down. Swapping sides. Bring the right knee into the center of the mat to ground yourself, pressing into the left palm. Draw the left toe up and straight. And then extend the right hand, also coming to a nice straight line. Again, see if you can push the ground away a little bit more with that left shoulder. Draw the lower belly in, find that strength in the pose. As you exhale, opposite knees, opposite elbow, tiger curl, squeeze it in, dome the spine a little bit more. Inhale, lift and lengthen. Exhale, squeeze it in. Inhale, lift and lengthen. Last time, squeeze it in, knee and elbow touch, really dome the spine. Inhale, come into that nice long spine. And then see if you can kick the back foot, take the right hand up overhead, seeing if you can grab onto the foot, lift and lengthen through the chest, come forward, find your balance, and see if you can find that opposing push and pull. Kick the leg a little bit higher if you can, opening up across the body. One more breath. Exhale, release. Drop the hand down towards the floor. Take a moment here, push the ground away, protract the shoulders, so stay nice and active. Then we're going to tuck the toes under, come up into our first downward facing dog. You can bend the legs as much as you need to here. Again, you don't need to have straight legs in your down dog. The main aim is to lengthen through the spine. And we're also getting a nice hamstring stretch too as well. So take some breaths here, just walking the dog, backwards and forwards, pedaling the heels. And then check your alignment, so check that your fingertips, your index fingers pointing forward, and you can feel the weight pushing down into your first two knuckles and your thumb. It's a way to take weight off the wrists. If you feel like your wrists are getting a little bit tired, maybe just try adjusting your stance and spreading your hands a little bit wider. Imagine you're gripping the mat with your hands. When you're ready, come to stillness in the down dog. Take a nice inhale here, lift through the chest, and exhale. See if you can push the chest a little bit further without kind of coming into a back bend. So you're really just pushing through from the elbows, the armpits. Good. When you're ready, bring the big toes together to touch. Inhale the right leg up towards the sky. Keep it nice and straight, keep the pelvis nice and level to begin with without taking that right hip up. Draw the hip down. Exhale, and we're going to add a scorpion tail, so open up that top leg now, opening up that knee, and draw nice big circles with the knee. Again, paying attention to any clicks or cracks, it's completely normal, taking the circle in the opposite direction. When you're ready, come to stillness, point the toe, look forward, roll forward as you bring the right knee with you into the center of the chest. Dome the spine, make space for the knee to come between the arms, and then look forward. Release the foot between the thumbs. If it doesn't quite make it, you can just grab the ankle and bring it up to the front of the mat. Draw the fingertips down to the mat to find your balance. Draw the lower belly in. As you inhale, roll up to standing into your high lunge. can sink a little bit lower into that front leg. Take a moment here, just checking the pelvis is nice and level, so you don't want the ribs to be flaring out too much. Nice neutral spine. You can have a little bit of a bend in the back leg too. From here, we're going to cactus the arms, leading through the chest. Draw the elbows forward slightly, really twisting, kind of bringing the baby fingertips forward. Inhale, take the hands up. Exhale, cactus the arms, lift and open through the chest. Inhale, cactus. Send them up. One more time, drawing the cactus arms. And we're going to take the hands and sweep them up to the front of the mat as you bring the left foot up to standing too. Take the hands above the head, interlace the fingertips, draw the hands behind the head, open and lift up through the chest. Squeeze the butt, see if you can just come into a little bit of a back bend. Inhale, back up. Exhale, take the hands out nice and wide. Come into your forward fold. Drop the head down. Relax it down here. Inhale, come into your halfway lift. Soften the knees. Breathe into the collarbones to find lengthen the spine. Exhale, drop the palms down. Step or hop back into your plank position. Option to drop onto your knees for your first Chaturanga. Look forward, hug the elbows in nice and tight. Kind of squeeze the belly and push the ground away to begin with. Stay in your nice stable base to go into your first Chaturanga. Exhale, bend the elbows all the way down to the ground. Inhale, come up into your baby Cobra. Draw the elbows together, shoulder blades squeezing and working. Exhale, tuck the toes, taking the hips up and back into your downward facing dog. Let's take it on the other side. Bring the big toes together to touch. Inhale, lift the left leg all the way up towards the sky. Again, keep that left hip nice and level if you can. And then from here, scorpion tail, open it up, open up the knee. Draw nice big circles with the knee. Then take it in the opposite direction. And then come forward, look forward, bring the left knee with you as you squeeze, bring it up to the front of the mat. Look at the space between the thumbs and see if you can place the foot just between the thumbs. Come up onto the fingertips of bounce, draw the lower belly in. Inhale, the hands come up into your high lunge. Take a moment here so you can soften the back knee for balance and support. Again, drishti is ahead or between the thumbs, whichever's comfortable. Keep the fingertips rotating up and forward, elbows in towards the face. As you exhale, cactus the arms, draw the chest forward. Imagine you've got a bit of a fish hook up the top of your sternum and it's kind of lifting and pulling you up the mid-spine. Good. Exhale, take the hands up. Inhale, cactus the arms. Inhale, one more time up. Exhale, cactus. Sweep the hands and bring the right foot to stand at the front of the mat. Take the hands up towards the sky. Bring the hands this time towards the back, thumbs facing inward, and then we're going to lift and lengthen through the chest and exhale, come into a nice passive back bend. So you're just stretching here, the hands are supporting the lower back. You don't need to do anything with the neck, just relax. And then slowly make your way all the way into your forward fold. Drop the hands down towards the floor. Again, bending the legs as much as you need to here. Pressing the palms down, coming into your halfway lift. Bring the fingertips behind you, breathe into the collarbones. Exhale, place the palms down, step or hop back into your plank. Option to take your second Chaturanga on your knees or stay up in high plank. As you exhale, drop the body towards the ground, keep the elbows hugging in tight, roll over the toes. Inhale, lift and lengthen into your upward facing dog. In your upward facing dog, your fingertips are pulling back, working the back muscles here, squeezing the glutes, thighs off the mat. Exhale, take the hips up and back, downward facing dog. Take a moment here. Inhale through the nose. Exhale, let out the mouth with a sigh. Inhale through the nose. Exhale out the mouth. Good. When you're ready, bring the big toes together to touch. Inhale the left leg up, right leg up towards the sky. Open up that scorpion tail, really send that knee up towards the ceiling if you can. Opening up through the hip, looking up towards that top knee. Keep pushing the ground away so you're active through the shoulders. Squeezing, squeezing, squeezing here. Good, and when you're ready, look forward. Bring the right knee with you to the front of the mat. Really make space for it. Place the foot between the thumbs. Inhale, come up into your high lunge. From here, we'll do some pulses to warm up the legs to support our back bend. So we're going to be pulsing down as we cactus the arms. Knee just touches the mat. Inhale, come up. Exhale, cactus the arms, drop the knee down. Good, inhale up. 2 more times, exhale down, working the back glute, really pushing up to the front. Inhale up. Good, when you're ready, bring the palms to the heart center. And see if you can step to the front of the mat, carry the left knee up with you. Come into a bit of a bounce, a bit of a wobble. It's completely okay. Squeezing the right glute, find you a nice neutral long spine. Good, holding it here. When you're ready, dropping the left foot down towards the mat. Inhale, sink the arms up towards the sky. Interlace the fingertips behind the head. Push and lift the chest up and forward. Exhale, take the hands out nice and wide, forward fold. Let the head hang heavy. Inhale, halfway lift, flatten out the spine. Exhale, take the palms down, step a hop back. Into your plank, exhale down through Chaturanga. Rolling over the toes, lifting and lengthening up through the chest. Into your upward facing dog or your baby cobra if that's where you're at today. Take the hips up and back, downward facing dog. Bring the toes together to touch. Inhale, lift and lengthen through the left leg. Bending the knee as much as you can, really open up into that scorpion tail, look up towards that top left knee. Keep active through the shoulders, keep pushing the right heel down towards the ground. As you exhale, roll forward, look forward. Bring the left knee with you, squeeze it in here, make space for it. Release the foot between the thumbs. Come up onto the fingertips for balance if you need to first before you rise into your high lunge. Here we go again, cactus the arms, warming up the legs. Bending, dropping that right knee down towards the ground. Inhale, lifting, lengthening. Exhale, bring it down. Squeeze the right glute to power up through the lunge. Really activate the glute, preparing for our back bend to support our back bend. Take the hands up. Good, bring the hands to the heart center, ready to bounce onto the left foot. As you step forward, carry that right knee up with you to the front of the mat. Lengthen through the spine, squeeze the left glute here. Take a moment, and then release the right foot down, next to the left foot. Inhale, take the hands up, and then take them behind the back again, thumbs draw inward, push the hips up and forward. Relax kind of into it. You can soften the knees. Allow yourself to stretch and open the front body. When you're ready, come back through. Relax down into your forward fold. Draw the belly in towards the thighs. Hopefully the hamstrings are feeling a little warmer now. Drop the head down. Inhale, halfway lift. Lengthen, look forward. Exhale, take the hands down. Step a hop back to your plank position. Exhale down through Chaturanga. Inhale, roll into your upward facing dog. And then take the hips up and back for your downward facing dog. Good. From here, roll forwards to your plank position. Dome the spine, activate the lower belly, keep pushing the ground away. Squeeze the glutes. We're going to lower down to the ground for the count of 5, so our belly's going to get there from 1 to 5, starting from 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Lower yourself all the way down to the ground. And from here, we're going to do a puppy pose. So I quite like to grab onto the front of my mat when I do puppy pose. You can take the hips up over the knees to start off with, and just try to keep them over the knees, roughly about that. It's quite hard to see without a mirror next to you. And I like to grab the top of the mat, like I said, for a little bit of resistance. So what we're going to do is drop our belly down towards the floor. Sorry, our chest down towards the floor. Look forward. If looking forward is uncomfortable for you and your arms and your shoulders are feeling a bit tight, you can drop the forehead down towards the ground. So play around with a position that you can stay in for about 10 breaths. And again, this might be a very intense stretch for you if you're not used to doing it. If you are used to doing it, your shoulders and your chest are a little bit more open, you can drop the chin down towards the ground. And again, you can keep pulling on the mat, lifting and lengthening through the chest, looking up and forward. Should feel the shoulders opening up from the mid-back all the way up across the delts, across the top of your arms. And then your chest, you should be feeling that stretching and opening too. So wherever you are, try to connect to the breath. Breathe into the space that you're creating. If your shoulders are feeling particularly tight, you can take the hands slightly wider, or you can bring them closer if you feel like your body is reacting well to the stretch and you'd like to make it a little bit more intense. Take 3 more breaths here. Last breath, inhale. Exhale, let it out. When you're ready, slowly walk your hands up. And then we're going to drop our bellies down again towards the mat. We're going to come into a prone chest stretch. So cactusing the right arm, bring it into a bit of a right angle here. You're going to drop your right cheekbone down towards the mat. With your left hand, you're going to press and push it into the ground. So you're going to peel open that left shoulder and then kick the left foot out behind you. So you should feel that stretch in the left side of the chest, through the bicep all the way to the elbow. And if this is too intense for you, you can back off with the left foot to release the stretch slightly. If you want more of a stretch, use that left hand to anchor into the ground and keep pushing the ground away. And you can play around with the positioning of the hand on the floor, the right hand, working into any kind of range that you feel you're getting the most benefit from. Again, try to breathe into the space that you're creating. Take nice long inhales and exhale. See if you can allow yourself to sink a little bit deeper into the stretch. You've got one more breath here. And then as you exhale, roll and release yourself down to the middle of the floor and to the center. And then cactus the left arm out to the side. Drop the left cheekbone down towards the floor. Use that right hand to push and peel that right shoulder blade up off the mat. And again, kicking that back foot behind you. Lots of people like to open up through here, but I prefer to keep my hand here so I can keep that active stretch going on the left side. So the more I push into this right hand, the more of a stretch I'm getting through the left pectoral and the left bicep, really opening up the front portion of the body, ready for the back bend. Find space with the breath. And when you're ready, slowly peel yourself back to the center of the mat. When you're ready, you're just going to flip yourself over. So you're facing up towards the ceiling. You can draw the lower back down into the floor. Make a bit of a compression here. And we're going to bring our hands facing forward up to the ceiling and then walk the feet in just so you're touching your ankles. From here, we're going to move into a bridge pose, similar to the bridge we did at the start of the class. Inhale, lift and lengthen, push the glutes up and forward. Really squeeze the glutes. And then see if you can walk the shoulder blades in towards one another. Maybe you interlace the fingers and the hands underneath the body and really push and lift and lengthen. See how close you can walk the shoulder blades together to really find space and lift and lengthen. Keep squeezing the glutes. That's going to protect your back here. And again, your legs are active, pushing through evenly both feet. Exhale, you can release and roll yourself all the way down to the ground, keeping the knees where they are. Now you have the option of going back into the bridge pose. And if you're still working on your bridge, you can work on maybe single leg bridge. So again, same rules apply, squeezing the glutes up, pressing through the right foot, really engaging that right leg, bring the left knee in and up, and then extend that left leg up towards the ceiling. And you can swap sides and do it with the other leg too. Keep the glutes nice and active, pushing and lifting up through that top toe. And you can hold that for a few breaths on each side. If you're coming into Urdhva Dhanurasana, a wheel pose, you can set yourself up in a very similar way. You're just going to make sure that your hands are pointing back towards the body. Elbows are drawing inwards. So your hands are underneath your shoulders. And then you're going to lift and send the knees towards the back of the mat. Squeeze the glutes, pressing the hips up and pressing through the fingertips as well. So you have the option of coming first up onto the crown of the head and then pushing up, or coming straight all the way up, wherever you are. I like to come into a straight-legged bridge first, just so I'm really extending through and I can really squeeze my glutes to help protect my back. Now lift and lengthen through the chest. Do you want to feel your chest stretching more than anything? Keep pushing through both of the hands and the feet evenly. Take an inhale here and exhale. And when you're ready, you can walk the feet in towards the body, come up onto the tiptoes, or keep the heels down, wherever is more comfortable for you. Wherever you are, you can relax the head down, look between the thumbs, or look forward. Squeezing the glutes, keep the glutes and the legs fired here. And when you're ready, you can slowly walk yourself out, dropping the head down, bending the elbows, and then releasing yourself down onto the mat. We're going to go again, so we build up tolerance in the back, so we do more repetitions. So wherever you are, either go back into your bridge or come back with me into wheel. Again, same setup applies. Making sure you can touch your ankles. And then again, bringing the hands, this is where I should have put my hair in a bun. Hands underneath the shoulders, fingertips point back towards the body. Draw the elbows in towards the face. And again, try to keep the elbows drawing in as you push up, lift and lengthen. And I'll try not to pull my hair out as we go up. So push the knees away, lifting all the way up. And again, taking a variation that you prefer. Now the back's warmed up, you can walk the feet further in. Maybe look down towards the thumbs. Keep squeezing the glutes, pushing through from the chest. Try not to hold onto the breath. Try to keep the breaths nice and fluid. And again, you can play around with any variation that you like to here. Maybe you have a one-legged wheel you like to practice, extending one leg up and swapping over. And then when you're ready to come out of the bridge, walk the feet a little bit longer, drop yourself down and roll all the way down onto the mat. Take a moment here before you do a counter pose, just come into a neutral position. Draw the lower belly in. And then when you're ready, you can draw one knee in towards the chest, very gently. And then releasing and drawing the left knee in towards the chest as well. And then you can bring both knees in. Maybe give yourself a little bit of a squeeze. Rock from side to side, grab onto opposite elbow. It's a very challenging pose. Unless you keep doing it from when you were a child, feel very unfamiliar when we first go into it as an adult. And again, it takes up years to kind of build up the flexibility in the wheel, and that's okay. Give yourselves time, and remember it's often about stretching the other parts of our body so we can allow the spine to move into that shape. We're going to just do a few more stretches just to finish off. So just going to do a little bit of a counter pose just to straighten out the spine. So we're going to move into happy baby. So you're going to draw the knees in towards the chest. Grab the outside edges of the feet if you can, and then see if you can work to lengthen through the spine. So ideally, you're going to tuck the chin slightly in and really feel all the spine down towards the tailbone connected into the floor. So use your arms to pull the knees down towards the body. If you feel your tailbone start to lift, just back off the stretch, just so you can feel the lengthening of the spine. So shins are working to be parallel towards the walls and your feet parallel to the ceiling. If this feels good, you can rock from side to side, massaging out the lower spine. Again, be mindful that the tailbone isn't lifting up, so really draw the lower belly in, lower back towards the ground. And then when you're ready, you can slowly release the legs down. Come into your Shavasana. I like to do a butterfly after doing a bridge wheel pose, so you can bring the soles of the feet together, relax the knees down towards the ground, relax the shoulders down too. You can bring the hands onto the thighs, one hand onto the belly, or one hand onto the chest. Whatever feels more natural to you right now. Close down the eyes. Let the body absorb the practice and the back bend. Take a nice long inhale through the nose. Exhale, let it out of the mouth with a sigh. One more time, just like that. Inhale through the nose. Exhale, sigh it out. Let go of any tension now you might be holding in the body. And give yourself a scan from the toes up to the crown. Let go of anything else you don't want to take off the mat today. And just enjoy these last few moments of stillness before you go about your day. And you can stay here for as long as you like. There's no rush. I'm going to leave you like this. And I hope you enjoyed today's practice, and I hope to see you in the next video. Have a great day.